The first sign that something was wrong came at sunrise when a $40 million private jet sat silent on the runway while executives in tailored suits stared helplessly through the cockpit windows. Ground crews rushed from panel to panel. Engineers opened access bays. Technicians checked every system twice. The auxiliary power unit spun, lights flickered across the dashboard, but the engines refused to come alive. By mid-morning, frustrated voices echoed across the tarmac. And somewhere across town, the man who had rebuilt that aircraft with his own hands was packing his daughter's lunch before school, wondering how he would pay next month's rent. Before we begin, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Hub if you believe kindness, second chances, and standing up for hardworking people can still change lives. For nearly 14 months, Garrick Hale lived between two worlds. During the day, he worked inside Hangar 18 at Ashford Aerospace, crawling through cramped fuselage compartments, studying engineering manuals late into the night, and solving problems that teams of specialists could not figure out. At night, he became simply Dad. After losing his wife, Marin, to a sudden illness 3 years earlier, Garrick raised his 9-year-old daughter, Eloan, alone. Their small rented home sat 20 miles from the airport. Every morning began before dawn. He made breakfast. He braided Eloan's hair after watching online tutorials because he had never learned how. He left encouraging notes inside her lunchbox. Then he drove to work carrying the weight of grief and responsibility that never truly disappeared. Despite everything, Garrick rarely complained. People respected him because he had earned every ounce of that respect. He was not loud. He did not chase recognition. But everyone knew one thing. If Garrick could not fix it, nobody could. So when Ashford Aerospace acquired a damaged executive jet that had been grounded for almost 4 years after a catastrophic electrical fire, executives saw an opportunity. The aircraft belonged to a wealthy investment group led by CEO Preston Voss, a man known for squeezing every dollar until it screamed. The restoration contract was worth millions. Failure would damage reputations. Success would make headlines. 3 engineering teams examined the aircraft and concluded the same thing. The jet was beyond repair. The fire had destroyed critical wiring systems, corrupted software interfaces, and created unpredictable failures across multiple subsystems. Replacing everything would cost more than buying a new aircraft. But Garrick disagreed. After weeks of studying diagrams and running diagnostics, he believed the plane could fly again. Not because it was easy. Because he saw patterns others missed. He volunteered to lead the project. For over a year, Garrick sacrificed weekends, birthdays, and precious hours with Eloan. He often worked 16-hour shifts. He rebuilt wiring harnesses by hand. He redesigned outdated components. He documented every change with meticulous detail. When suppliers failed to deliver parts on time, he fabricated custom solutions that exceeded original specifications. His daughter sometimes sat quietly in the hangar after school, coloring pictures while waiting for her father to finish. She loved airplanes because they made her father smile. Whenever he looked exhausted, she would hand him a drawing of the jet with giant wings and bright blue skies. Underneath every picture, she wrote the same message. "You fix impossible things." Those words carried him through the hardest days. Finally, after 14 relentless months, the impossible happened. The aircraft passed every major inspection. Test systems reported perfect results. Senior engineers who once doubted Garrick applauded as the restored jet rolled out of Hangar 18 under bright daylight. News spread quickly across the company. Executives congratulated one another. Photographers took pictures. Preston Voss stood proudly in front of cameras, speaking about innovation, teamwork, and corporate excellence. But Garrick was nowhere near the microphones. He was cleaning tools and updating maintenance records. Because that was who he was. A week later, he received devastating news.